Good morning, everyone. Happy to see you all back. Let's start the lesson, the fundamental unit of life. This is the very first lesson of biology. Okay, the very first lesson of biology. Now let's understand in detail that about the fundamental unit of life. We have life, plant have life, everyone will have life. So, what is there in this life? It means that how can we say that this is having a life? How can we say that this is having a life? How can you say that this charger is having a life? This charger is having a life. So many questions are there in front of us that whether this charger is having a life or not. This marker is having a life or not. Okay, our body is having a life or not. So for all these questions, let's understand right in detail the concept that. So before understanding this, whether we have our life, it means that our body, we are having a life or not. So how can we say that we are having a life? How can we say that our body is made up of what is what? So let's understand. For all these questions, let's understand the answers. Okay, before that, let's understand the discovery. Okay, let's understand the discovery, right, of the right cell or microscope. So we'll answer to all these questions now. So here at first, everyone will say that from earlier classes onwards you are understanding that who discovered cell for the first time in, we say that Robert Hooke. Our answer is that Robert Hooke. So Robert Hooke discovered cell for the first time. So one day he went to the forest, into a forest, and he has taken the bark. You know that bark, the brownish color structure which is present on the surface of the stem. That is called as a bark. So he observed that bark. He observed that bark with the help of, right, a microscope which is prepared by himself. So he observed, when he observed that bark through a microscope, that microscope was prepared by himself. Robert Hooke's microscope. He observed that many chambers are present. Many chambers are present here inside the bark. So he compared this bark like box-like structures with honeycomb. You know that. You are very familiar with honeycomb. It means honey bee hive. We call it as a honey bee hive. So we see that this honey bee hive is also made up of some box-like structure. You know that honeybee's home is called as honey bee hive or honeycomb. So it also made up of some box-like structures. So these box-like structures, right? So he compared that these honey bee hive also made up of box-like structures, and also this bark also made up of box-like structures. So what are these box-like structures? It's a question. It's a question to everyone. What are these box-like structures? So these box-like structures in the bark, they call it as a cell. They call it as a cell. The box-like structure of this bark or honeycomb is called as a cell. So this was studied with the help of Robert Hooke microscope, but we are discussing here general structure and general parts of the compound microscope. As you can see here, what is the microscope? First we have to understand about the microscope. Microscope will increases the vision of observation to larger size with absolute visibility. As per microscopes helps us to see that larger and larger increased size of to its general size here. It helps to increase the vision size Okay, by using the lenses. So we use the lenses in the microscope. So these lenses which helps to increase the size of that object for several times, that makes to observe very clearly. So that is the main important part of the microscope. We call that as a eyepiece. In this eyepiece we use lenses. So these lenses, okay, will increase the vision of observation, right, to several time increase its size here. Okay, and here you can adjust, right? This is the body. This is what? This is the body, and this is what? Arm. So with the help of this arm, right, with our hand that we will catch this arm, then we can handle it very clearly here. So here you can see, right? You can see here. What is this? This is the objective lens. Here also we see the lens. Okay, with the help of lens, right. So here at the base you can see the mirror and the light. The light rays reflect onto the slide. Then the lens will capture the image and can be observed through our eyes. So this is the normal thing happen, right? Objective lens and slide, arm. This is the adjustment. Okay, by this. So based on the slide. So as for clear observation, we will move the body. We will move the body. So based on that adjustment, that we can see the clear picture. Okay, this is the thing that regarding the microscope. So different types of microscopes are there to see. Suppose you see bacteria. To see bacteria, normal compound microscope is enough. To see virus, you know that coronavirus, it is 1,000 times and 1,000 times smaller than bacteria, as you cannot see with compound microscope. As to see that virus, we require electron microscope. That is the different type of microscope. Like that, object microscope, light microscope, opaque microscope. So like the different types of microscopes are there, but our discussion is only about the compound microscope. Okay. So what Robert Hooke discovered in 1665, Robert Hooke discovered, right, cell for the first time by using cork. You know that, I already said, the brownish colored part present on the surface of the plant or a tree, that is called as a cork. He compared that box-like structures in the brown bark with a honeycomb. He called that as what? Cells. And he called that also as a little room. So this is not this has brought the milestone in the history of biology. This has brought a great milestone, that too, right? It has given it gave a pathway to discover many things, to study many things, to, right? So to forward the branches of biology in many branches here forwarded. So in this way, right, cell brought many changes in the history of life here. So now let us see that what are living organisms made up of. So a question arises here: what are living organisms made up of? So till now we have discussed that. Okay. So before understanding that the fundamental unit of life, why the cell is called the fundamental unit of life. So before, what are living organisms are made up of? Before understanding that, I want to explain that what are the fundamental unit of life is a cell. The fundamental unit of life is what? Cell. Why fundamental unit of life is a cell? I will tell you. Right? This is what? The ovum. This is what? The sperm from father. This is from mother. Okay, both undergo participation in reproduction, right? What happened? The fusion takes place. The fusion combined takes place here that leads to form a zygote. Zygote. So this zygote is a cell. So this zygote is a cell. From this zygote, an organism develops with the differentiation parts, with different parts, right? This organism develops here. So you can see here, this cell, this zygote is the basic unit of our life. Our life is started from the cell. Okay, our life is started from the cell. This cell undergo many divisions. Division means division. What is division? Division, right? It means what is. You can divide a piece of paper into thousands and millions parts. The same way, this cell also dividing itself into millions and millions of subparticles and grow as a new cell. So that is called as a division. So this zygote is the cell. This cell is the basic unit of life. So our life starts from the zygote. So that's why this cell is called a fundamental unit of life. Cell is called as what? Fundamental unit of life or the basic unit of life. Cell is called a fundamental unit of life or basic unit of life. Okay. Basic unit means our life starts from the cell. That's why it is called a basic unit. It means why fundamental unit of life? For every functional activities of our body, we require the cell. To produce the energy, cell. To produce the nutrients from our body, cell. For every production and every activity of our body, what required? Cell required. That's why it is called as a fundamental unit of life. Okay. Now, let's go inside that. What are living organisms are made up of? Living organisms means only everyone remember that into their mind what will come? Into everyone's mind, living organisms means right? Animals will come. Okay. Living organisms means into everyone's mind what will come? Now what are living organisms? Living organisms made up of. What are living organisms made up of? Now let's see that. What are living organisms made up of? Okay. To understand this concept, we should perform one activity, that a very simple activity that. Okay. Are you able to follow? Right. This is this. You know that onion. Everyone will like onion. You like onion? Right. Pranay, you like onion? Kizra? Sohel, all you like onion? I hope that everyone will like onion. Kritika, you like onion? Yes, you like onion because egg soup is mostly made with what? Onion. In every food substance that we use onion as a staple. It means a very important product, ingredient. Okay. So we are taking that onion. Okay, it may be red or white in color. Okay, सभी लोगों एक तरफ से नहीं रहते, दूसरे राइट दिखते नहीं. ओके, ऐसे वैसे लिए ऑनियन भी कैसा दिख रही है? इधर हम रेड कलर ऑनियन ले लिए. We have taken the red color onion. Okay, right. So now you remove the dry part of the onion. Okay. You know that onion dry part, okay, outside. Now you take the flesh part. So upon the flesh part, we see a thin layer, right? Upon the flesh part, we see a thin layer. Okay, we call it as a peel. What we call that? The thin layer on the onion, that is called as a peel. Okay, so we have taken that peel, okay, we have extracted that onion peel and we have placed it in, right, we have placed in water. We have taken watch glass. This is what? Watch glass. We have taken watch glass. And in this, what is there in this? Water is there. Water is there. And you place that peel here. You place that peel here. Then after some time, right, you take the slide. You know that you are very familiar about the slide. Okay. Once we go to practical part, that we will I'll show you that during practical times that I'll show you, right, how to see the structure of this onion peel cells. Okay, our observation, aim of our activity, right, to observe. What is the aim? To observe cells in onion peel. To observe cells in onion peel. That is our objective. That is our aim. Okay. Now you have taken the small piece of the onion peel was cut and placed on a glass slide, and upon that you are adding safranin. So this safranin is a dye, okay, which helps to increase the clear vision of the cell. By exposing the cell out, that it makes us to see very clearly. That is the important thing. That, okay. Now safranin. After addition of the safranin, you add the drops of what you have to add? Glycerin. You have to add the drops of glycerin. Then put the cover slip. When you observe through microscope, you can see the structure of box-like structures, dotted box-like structure. Okay, what you can see like this, dotted box-like structure. These dotted box-like structures is called as, this dotted box-like structure is called as what? Cells. These dotted box-like structures are called as cells. So it means what? Onion peel is made up of cells. In the same way, other living organisms are also made up of what? What? Cells. Animal body, skin of animal body is made up of cells. You take chicken piece, you know, you like biryani, you take chicken piece, you observe through microscope chicken piece. What you will find? Cells you will find. You like biryani, mutton biryani also, you take mutton piece and observe through microscope. What you can find? Cells. So it means every living organism made up of what? Cells. So is it possible to see through with our naked eye? Is it possible to see directly with our naked eye? No. How is it possible? They are microscopic. They are very micro in size. How is it possible to see? Then how we can see? With the help of only microscope. Right? So microscopes helping us to study about the microscopic structure. So we can also give a title, behind the microscope. What is present behind the microscope? Behind the microscope means inside the microscope. Okay, inside the microscope you can study about the cells. So these box-like structures are called as cells. As how it looks like, how it is looking. These are looking like honeycomb. In honeycomb, many box-like structures are present. In the same way, that box-like structures and these box-like structures, Robert Hooke compared, both are same. And even you take cork also, he observed in the same way. He said that as our wall, you know wall, You are inside the wall. I am inside the wall. Everyone is inside the wall. House is made up of what? Wall. That wall is made up of many bricks. So, as our body is also like that only. It is made up of bricks. Human body bricks. What are human body bricks? What are human body bricks? Cells are the human body bricks. Okay, let's enjoy. Let's go with extension topic of this. So you can question this. What is this dot-like structure? Sir, what is this dot-like structure? These dot-like structures are called as nucleus. These dot-like structures are called as what? Nucleus. They are also very important structures you have to remember. Now, let's go forward to understand the concept. Is it clear? Can you perform this activity? In lab, I will call you, right, to do this activity. So everyone should be alert. In lab, I am going to ask you many questions regarding this. Okay. So what are the building basic building units? What are the basic building units of the cells? Sorry, basic building units of the body. Basic building units of the body is cell. Cell is the basic building units of the body. As how onion is made up of cells. The same way our body is also made up of cells. Our body is made up of what? Cells. Our body is made up of what? Cells. So building blocks of our body, even the basic building units of our body, cells. So let's have some discovery. Let us understand some of the discovery of this concept. I'll give some dates. Now let's understand some of the dates here. 1665, 1674, 1839. Next, what is 1839? And what is next? 1855. Next 1940. Then further, this is Robert Hooke. In 1665, what? Robert Hooke discovered cell for the first time. Okay. Next, Robert Hooke discovered cell for the first time. Next, in 1674, Leeuwenhoek or Leeuwenhoek, Antony van Leeuwenhoek, okay, discovered. I'll tell you. First, let me write the name. And in 1831, Robert Brown. In 1831, what? Robert Brown. And 1839 and 1838, cell theory. And in 1940, Rudolf Virchow. I'll tell you each and everything. Okay, what about each and discovery? As we have discussed that in 1665, how Robert Hooke discovered the cell for the first time. He used his own microscope to discover the cell. By using what we call cork and also honeycomb, he explained the concept. He called that as a little room. Then later on, in 1674, one day Antony van Leeuwenhoek went to a pond. He has taken some water into hand. He has taken the water into the hand. Then he observed that water, something is moving in that water. Right? At first he observed through hand lens. He observed through a hand lens. Then later on, he used some updated microscope which was prepared by himself. Updated microscope when compared to Robert Hooke, right? So then he used that microscope to study about the substance that something is moving in the water. So he called that something is moving in the water as a animalcules. Animalcules. What we call? Animalcules. They look like a slipper. So he observed paramecium, okay, and amoeba. So later on you will understand that what are these amoeba and paramecium, and also you are having aware knowledge about this paramecium and amoeba in previous classes, okay. So he is the father of microbiology. Study of microorganisms is called a microbiology. Who is the father of microbiology? Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Okay, next. Robert Brown. So Robert Brown discovered nucleus. Robert Brown discovered the nucleus for the first time. Nucleus is a major part of the cell, which is the controller and regulator of the cell. Which is the controller and regulator of the cell, which is present in the center of the cell. Who discovered it? In 1831, Robert Brown discovered the cell for the first time. Okay, next. It comes to the point that who discovered this cell for the first time? The nucleus, Robert Brown. In which cells Robert Brown, okay, in which cells, in cheek cells like that, he observed in many cells. Okay, so for the first time he observed in, where he observed? He observed in what we call some of the cells, interstitial cells. Before to him, some other scientists also discovered, but they did not give chance. But Robert Brown discovered in a plant cell directly. He has shown the proof that this is the part of the cell, nucleus. Then in 1839 and in 1838, right, plant cell and animal cell was discovered, right? Plant cell and animal cell was discovered by Schleiden and Schwann. Okay, who discovered that? Schleiden and Schwann. So they discovered both plant cell and animal cell. Both of them are brothers. One discovered in 1838 and one discovered in 1839. So what happened? That is the cell theory. That is what? Cell theory. So discovery of this has given probe and chance to tell about the cell theory. Plant cell grid explanation given by Schleiden and Schwann, and about animal cell also. Then, but what is the thing here? They failed to explain that from where these cells come from. They explained that about the cells. They explained about the cells, but they failed to explain about from where these cells has come from. So, to that explanation, to that question, they failed to explain. The answer was given by Rudolf Virchow. Already from existing cells itself. Already from existing cells, the new cells are formed. How new cells are formed? From already existing cells. Okay. From already existing cells, that new cells are formed. That was explained by Rudolf Rudolf Virchow explained from already existing cells, new cells are formed. So this is the concept that was explained. Now, invention of magnifying lens has given a pathway to discover. Invention of magnifying lens has given a pathway to discover the microscope. Has given a pathway to discover what? Microscope. So, with the help of microscope, you have studied that single cells and multi cells. So, single cells, what is single cell? If an organism body is made up of single cell completely, that is called a single cellular organisms. If an organism body is made up of many number of cells, that is called as multicellular organisms here. So you can understand that our body is what? Multicellular organism. Multicellular means our body is made up of many number of cells. Our body is made up of many number of cells. Okay, so that is multicellular organism. Amoeba, paramecium, its body is made up of single cells. So based on the number of cells, there are organisms are classified into two types: single cellular organism and multicellular organisms. Multicellular organism. So what are multicellular? If an organism body is made up, you are very familiar and aware about these concepts. Single cellular organisms, amoeba, paramecium, chlamydomonas, all these are the best examples that where their body is made up of single cell. Multicellular organisms where their body is made up of many number of cells. Okay, you have to understand that, you have to remember that. Okay, now let's go forward that so we can also, let's understand that activities, some of the activities here. So we can, you know that we can generally, you can also observe the cells which is already it means specimen slides. We call it as a specimen slides. The specimen slides are used to